Most people ruin cedar plank salmon by cooking it at too high a temperature. Today, I'm showing you why 80 degrees Celsius, 175 degrees Fahrenheit is the secret temperature that changes everything. Plus, a citrus bed trick that adds incredible flavor. Let's fire up the Traeger. Welcome back to Terrace BBQ Trials. Today, I'm cooking cedar plank salmon, but not like most people. I'm cooking it low and slow at 80 degrees Celsius, 175 degrees Fahrenheit on my Traeger Pro 575 and adding a citrus bed underneath. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why temperature is more important than you think for salmon. Before we get started, a quick question for you BBQ enthusiasts. What temperature do you usually cook salmon at? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious to see what the community is up to. Okay, let's talk about why 80 degrees Celsius, 175 degrees Fahrenheit is magical for salmon. Most people turn up the grill temperature to 350-400 degrees Fahrenheit, 180-200 degrees Celsius because they want it cooked quickly. But here's what happens. At high heat, the salmon's proteins compact fast. You get that white albumin ooze, a dry texture, and you lose all that buttery richness. But at 175 degrees Fahrenheit, 80 degrees Celsius, the salmon cooks gently. The proteins stay relaxed, the fat slowly melts. You get that melt in your mouth texture that makes restaurant salmon so good. Think of it this way. Would you rather take a relaxing walk or run a marathon? Your salmon tastes the same. Plus, at this low temperature, the smoke from the cedar planks has more time to penetrate the fish. You're not just cooking the salmon, you're infusioning it with that smoky cedar flavor for twice as long. That's the secret. Okay, first step, herb butter. This is what takes your salmon from good to amazing. Here's what we need. I'm using softened butter, about 100 grams, chopped fresh parsley, chopped fresh basil, chopped fresh rosemary spog rub. Mix everything together in a bowl. The secret is soft butter, not melted, not cold. Room temperature so it mixes easily but holds its shape. Tip, make more. This herb butter is amazing on steaks, chicken, and even garlic bread. Trust me, you'll want more. Once mixed, refrigerate it to solidify. We'll add it at the end of cooking, not the beginning. Why? Because if you add the butter too early at a low temperature, it melts and you lose all the flavor. We want it to melt into the warm salmon just before finishing the roast and serving. That's the right move. Here's the part most cedar board recipes don't show, the citrus bed. This is a revolution. Now I'm slicing oranges and limes, about a 1/4 inch thick. Why citrus under the salmon? 3 reasons. 1, it creates a barrier between the fish and the cutting board so the salmon doesn't stick. 2, as the citrus heats, the oils and juices evaporate into the salmon. You get this subtle citrus flavor that's not overpowering, just a kiss from the chef. 3, it looks beautiful when you plate it. Presentation is important, people. Community question. Have you ever tried cooking fish on a bed of citrus? What did you use? Lemon, lime, orange? Let me know in the comments. Now I'll arrange these slices on the cedar board, overlapping them slightly so there are no gaps. They should completely cover the salmon fillet. Beautiful. Now the salmon goes directly on top. Press it gently so it comes into contact with the citrus. Perfect. Time to put it on the Traeger. Good. The Traeger Pro 575 is preheated to 80 degrees Celsius, 175 degrees Fahrenheit. This is essential. Don't skip preheating. You need to maintain a low, consistent temperature from the start. Today I'm using a blend of fruit wood pellets. Apple or cherry pair beautifully with the salmon. That sweet smoke pairs perfectly with the fish. The cedar plank should be placed exactly in the center of the grill. Close the lid and now wait. That's the beauty of low and slow cooking, my friends. At 175 degrees Fahrenheit, 80 degrees Celsius, this salmon will take 45 minutes to an hour. We're aiming for an internal temperature of 113, 122 degrees Fahrenheit, 45 to 50 degrees Celsius for that perfect rare to medium texture. Some people like it 140 degrees Fahrenheit, 60 degrees Celsius for a more well done finish, but I prefer it a little more tender. While we wait, let me tell you what's happening inside that grill. The cedar is gently smoking. The citrus oils are turning to steam in the salmon. The fish proteins are slowly coagulating without shrinking. This is how you get restaurant quality salmon at home. A quick question while we wait. What's your favorite fish to grill? Salmon, trout, swordfish? Leave your answer below. Okay, we're at about 95, 104 degrees Fahrenheit, 35, 40 degrees Celsius, internal temperature, almost there. It's time to add the herb butter. Watch, I'm placing generous spoonfuls of herb butter right on top. Watch how it starts to melt immediately. This is the magic moment. What if I added it at the beginning? It would drip all over the table. Timing is everything, folks. Close the lid, wait the last few minutes, and we're done. Let's talk plating while we wait. Look at that. The salmon is cooked to perfection. You can see it's still moist. The butter is melted throughout, and the cedar plank has this beautiful crust. Now, here's a great trick. You can serve it directly on the cedar plank for presentation. It looks incredible and keeps the salmon warm. Now comes the moment of truth. Okay, this is perfect. Look at how flaky it is. It's flaking. The cedar smoke is there. You get that richness of herb butter, and there's this subtle citrus brightness in the background. This is what 180 degrees Fahrenheit does, folks. You can't get this texture at high heat. It's impossible. The salmon is tender, buttery, smoky, everything you want. And honestly, it's easier than grilling it quickly and over high heat because you don't have to worry about it. There you have it, salmon on a cedar plank at 175 degrees Fahrenheit on the Traeger Pro 575, slow and high heat cooking.